What's going on, parents of Beta Theta Pi? My name is Zach Moreth. You guys have heard a lot of updates from me. I'm the parent alumni chair here at Beta. Super fortunate to be able to communicate with you guys. But I wanted to take a minute just to introduce our chapter and announce two really exciting things that we're going to bring to life over the next year here at Beta. So first and foremost, Fall Parents Weekend. This is Fall Parents Weekend is on October 10th through 12th. On October 10th, we will have the bar Roundtable rented out from 5 to 8 p.m. You can get food in Roundtable, but I recommend getting food before or after the event. That'll be all we have on Friday. And then Saturday, kickoff against Washington State is at 11:45 a.m. So feel free to come to the house before, get breakfast. We're going to be providing food, and you're going to have to come to the house for one of our exciting announcements. And then Sunday, there's nothing going on. Feel free to book your flights and travel safely home. But the reason being for this call is that I'm going to be introducing to you guys the beta app that we are creating for all parent alumni and active members to be on. And then the second thing I have is that we are going to be bringing leadership training to our executive board, along with 4 handpicked sophomores who are going to go through 3 years to become a fellow in the Sullivan Leadership Program, which is one of the best leadership programs in the South. But before we get there, welcome to all the parents of pledges. Obviously, you guys don't know much. We have guys from all across the country. So welcome. I want to talk about Beta a little bit. Nationally, we are men of principle. I think we stand by that. And, your kids are going to do a really good job of learning that throughout pledgeship, being respectful and, having good grades and doing things to the best of their ability here on campus. Beta was originated at Miami, Ohio in 1839, and there's 140 plus chapters in America and Canada. So, this is a pretty global thing that we're talking about. Involvement, parents are always wondering how can their kids get involved. But you look at that middle tab, we got guys in intramurals, Special Olympics, guys on the athletics, their athletic staff members, our hunters like participating in Ducks Unlimited. We're also going to offer a free tutoring service for your kid if they're struggling in class. And then philanthropy. Our philanthropy that we support is cystic fibrosis. We have an annual Spring Parents Weekend, which involves a fundraiser for that. This spring, it will be on April 10th. The weekend of April 10th is Spring Parents Weekend. We're going to have the fundraiser that Friday night. We typically raise 130K plus, but we're looking to take that number to an even better level. So that's kind of the basis there. Now let's get into the exciting stuff, the housing expansion. You guys have heard about it for a very long time, as have I. It's finally coming to life, but it's going to have room for 80 members. It's going to be one of the biggest houses on campus. It should be finished by August of 2026. The picture here in the bottom left was taken over the weekend, so very exciting that the progress is coming along quickly. And this is really important for us because we have 350 plus guys. So it's, we're running out of room, unfortunately, but when this expansion is done, it's going to be phenomenal and really benefit all the active members. No, your dues will not be increased because of this. We're very excited to announce that as well. And this is the first expansions that we've had, I believe, ever on the Ole Miss campus. So super pumped. The mighty Beta app. Looking at the third slide here. This is the app that I touched on briefly. But if you look at all the tabs here in the middle of the screen, you have the community, the events tab, the tab with just the alumni, the tab with just the actives, and the tab with just the parents, and then the Ole Miss Beta Career Corner. So brief overview, what is the app? This is our community platform hosted through Mighty. Why is it called Mighty? I was wondering the same thing. Well, it runs on the Mighty Networks platform. I wish it was called the Beta app, but that's not the case. Why is it better than Facebook? Well, this is easy to find information on events, alumni, and also career opportunities, which I'll touch on. But how do you join this app? Again, we're going to be transitioning from Facebook to this Beta app. And we're going to have a QR code posted at the Beta house before kickoff on Parents Weekend. Parents can come by the house between 7:30 and 10:30 a.m. Come get the QR code and download the app. You must enter your son's graduation year and his name, and I will admit you in the app. After that, I will post the link to Facebook, but understand that after this semester, we are going to delete the Facebook and primarily use this as our form of communication. What is the Ole Miss Beta Career Corner that I talked about? Moving into the next slide. This is where parents and alumni can post job listings, and active members like myself can come on and ask a question. So I'm a sports major. Let's say I had a question. Hey, is there a parent or an alumni who works for a pro sport team and could get me an internship? Well, that's what I would use this for. So really beneficial here at the Beta Corner Career tab. The right side of the screen. This is our events tab, open to everybody. This is for to see the dates of Parents Weekend, what we're doing on Parents Weekend, and what time is it happening. That way, if you have a question, you can come and look at the events tab. This is literally date to date for Spring Parents Weekend. I want you all to take a peek at this. We are super excited to announce that Spring Parents Weekend is going to take place on April 10th through 12th. I mentioned it earlier. I'm going to say it again. We have the philanthropy event on Friday and a baseball game and a crawfish boil on Saturday. Final slide on this. So, what tabs do the parents have access to? All of them. They'll be able to talk in the community, the events. The only ones you will not be able to talk in are with the alumni specified one and the active member one. And for the active members, they're not going to be able to talk in the alumni or the parents one. And for the alumni, they're not going to be able to talk in the active members or parents one. Everything else is free game. So if you want to go in the career corner and post a job, great. Parents, if you have a question for me, you put it in the parents tab. That's great. If you want to go see the events, you go to the events tab. If you want to communicate with an alumni or an active member, you go in the community tab. So all these different tabs have all different significant meanings. You're going to have access to all of them except the alumni and active member one. If you have any questions, please let me know. The Sullivan Leadership Foundation. I mentioned we're getting leadership training and we need it pretty desperately because it's tough to have an executive board of, 15 guys looking over 350 members. So the Sullivan Foundation is a leadership program across the South. It covers 70 different schools. They give out scholarships for this. It's a high honor and a great thing to be a part of. We're going to be providing the cost for 16 members on a yearly basis. This will be a majority of our executive board, along with 4 hand-picked sophomores. These 4 sophomores, it's going to be different than the older guys. These 4 sophomores are going to undergo 3 years of training. And after 3 years of training, they will be deemed Sullivan Fellows, which is the highest leadership award in the Sullivan Foundation. It's a network to some of the best, highest achievers in the country. So we're really pumped for that. And we're going to keep doing this with sophomores year after year after year. So after 3 years, we're going to have 4 fellows. Then we're going to have 8, 12, and we're going to keep going. We're going to keep producing fellows, which has never been done by a fraternity ever. As for the upperclassmen, we're also going to go through 1 year of training. So not 3 years, 1 year, and we will get a certificate and we can put it on our resume. It's going to be awesome. But these, this is done at schools like these leadership awards are given out at schools like, Virginia, North Carolina, Vanderbilt, Duke. So really prestigious stuff that, we're getting involved in. Just a quick recap. Looking at the left side of the screen, the beta app is going to be launched on Fall Parents Weekend. A QR code will be showed in the morning at the beta house before the game, and I will send out the link afterwards. Spring Parents Weekend is April 10th through 12th. Why are we using the beta app? Why are we transitioning? Well, like I mentioned, you can see the event tab. You have access to alumni and active members, and you can also access the beta career corner tab, which is very unique. The housing expansion in the middle, again, it's going to be done in August of 2026. And then the Leadership Foundation, this is leadership training, 16 active members. 4 of those 16 are going to be sophomores, first fraternity in the country to do it. It's a good time to be here at Beta Theta Pi. So I hope you guys were able to take away a little bit from this meeting. I will post the slideshow. If you have any questions, please text me. I will put my number in the Facebook, but I'm really looking forward to meeting you guys next month, and I hope you enjoy the presentation. So thank you.